Hey guys, welcome to Project Metal Music's YouTube channel with your hosts Ell and Lisaboo. Um,
Hi guys.
Hello. Unfortunately, Bastian can't make it today because his South Africa is being battered by a major storm. So all his internet's down and all that, all of that. Yeah, he's hunkered down at the minute. Don't worry, guys. He's safe. I've just spoken to him about what time is it now? I've spoken to him about 40 minutes ago. He's fine, so don't worry. He'll be back when his internet's stable and he's all sorted out. So don't worry about Bastian. So episode 80. Episode 80. Can't believe we're getting on for like coming up to 2 years for doing the podcast.
Yeah. 80 was a good year.
Yeah.
80s were good.
Motorhead Ace of Spades came out in 1980.
Yeah.
Right here,
Good music.
79.
Yeah, good music came out in the 80s.
Yeah. 79 was a good year as well because you had Tubular Army came out with their cars and Our Friends Electric. Or something like that. And you also had Pink Floyd come out with the Wall, where they had the Brick in the Wall Part 2 come out.
Think so. We'd have to do live research to make
live research straight away. Live research.
Let's make sure. So we're not.
Make sure. I know Pink Floyd came. I know because of the reason why I know that is because of Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher came into the power in '79.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd. Live research, guys. Live research.
Then we know for sure.
Yeah. Right. Bear with me. I don't want the film. That was with what's his name from the Boomtown Rats. He was in the movie. What I'm talking about the 1970 November. Right, here we go. The Wall, the 11th studio album. This is on Wikipedia. So, if you want to read the article about The Wall by Pink Floyd, I'm going to put it into the chat there. So if you want to read it, you can read it. So there we go. There's the link if you want to read it. So back to that. It says here, The Wall is the 11th studio album by the English rock band Pink Floyd, released on the 30th of November 1979. It is a rock opera about Pink, a jaded rock star who constructs a psychological wall of social isolation. The album was a commercial success, topping the US charts for 15 weeks and reaching number 3 in the UK. It initially received mixed reviews from critics, many of whom found it overblown and pretentious, but later received accolades as one of the greatest albums of all time. So that was the general overview of the article about the album. So Yeah. The only reason, like I said, the only reason why I knew it was 1979 was because of another brick in the wall part two. Because I believe it reached #1 in the UK as a single, and it was sort of like that anti-establishment song type of thing.
Yes, yes. And yeah, but the relationship that was going on in East Germany then too, right? Like with
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Because
So it had some really political framework to that song.
yeah, because at the time, back in the 1970s, in the UK, you had a lot of strikes, power outages, and stuff like that. The wind of discontent. I don't know if you where the Labour government got ousted because of there was like mismanaged a lot of stuff here in the UK back in the 70s, and that's how Margaret Thatcher came in,
Okay.
and the yeah, it's sort of like like I said, with like the thing there, it says sort of like Jada Rockstar, we also could transfer over to sort of like we don't need another we don't need another oh god, I used to know the lyrics off by heart. We don't need no thought control. We don't need, you know what I mean, that type of thing. That's
Yeah.
it's sort of like um track these things.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it's oh, Con did a version of it. That's never knew that. Like
Mhm.
Con did a live version of it.
Okay.
Did a version of it. Oh, oh, right, okay. Live research, guys. It's on the article. It's in the link there if you want to
Yeah.
read it. But yeah, mind you, they did do an album of covers because Con did a version of. Can you remember a 80s band called Cameo? Where he did Word Up.
Yeah, I think so.
The lead singer was in the
Yeah.
video where read a bright red cut piece. I
Yeah.
know they did the version of that. I know they did the version of that.
In the 80s, there was a lot of bright colors.
Yeah, and a lot
Oh
of
my.
dodgy
Oh.
fashions. A
Neon
lot of
green.
dodgy fashions.
Neon. The neons,
Yeah,
man. It was pretty
yeah,
wild.
gorge. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of a lot of weird colours. A lot of
Spandex and
oh
neon.
god, yeah, and ankle
Aren't those
warmers,
good memories?
and ankle warmers. Thanks to fame.
Yes,
Oh
leg
god,
warmers. I had some.
yeah, yeah. I like watching Fame, but Fame's got a lot to answer
Yeah.
for the fashion.
Yeah. But
Some of the
see,
fashion.
for like just logically, it was actually they were functional here because it gets cold here.
Yeah, I
So
can understand. Yeah,
they
I can
actually
understand.
were good.
Mm. I can understand like cold climates, like especially in the winter in Canada.
Yep.
I can understand that, but yeah, like I said, I don't get us wrong. I used to love watching Fame. Because it's well, basically, it's like at the time that it was like actually seeing people actually being trained up to be dancers, singers, being going into theatre and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I remember one episode. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was one of the main characters. Um, he was like properly struggling within the school because it's not all just about sort of like being becoming an actor or whether it be a film, TV, or theatre actor or anything like that.
Yeah.
They did like other stuff like English and like other uh, educational subjects like English, maths, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this particular character, he was struggling to do his coursework,
Yeah.
and it turned out, God, it's been over 40 years ago now, that he could not read. He was illiterate. It's just because of, I think it was his upbringing, and I think he was also dyslexic as well. The way the character was dyslexic.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So is that yeah?
that happens a lot in like in real life because
Yeah.
kids will go to school and they just get pushed along, and then they've never really learned. They've never really, if they haven't learned to read, they just kind of get pushed ahead to the next grade, and then it becomes, either they're struggling or something's going on, and then they find out that they either have trouble comprehending or they don't know how to read, and it's sad, because if they get pushed through, yeah.
Yeah, it's more common than you think, really, when you come to think about it.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's there's a lot of people out there who just like basically muddle through school, sort of like. But it's just like it was. It's. I wouldn't say all of these. I wouldn't say all of these people who can't read or sort of like muddle through school. Sometimes they do get caught. You know what I mean? They do get picked up. It says, a good teacher will turn around and says, that kid over there is struggling, so they pull them to one side and actually help them, type of thing.
Yeah. And that says a lot, like, for those good teachers out there. Like there's, like, there need to be more teachers like that can, instead of just pushing the child on and saying, they'll get help. The teacher that stops and says, hey, I'll take the time to help you. Even if you have to stay after school for a while and I'll help you,
Oh yeah. It's like yeah. Well, I've got like mild form of dyslexia myself, but I've sort of like over the years, I've sort of like I had some relatively decent teachers who actually helped us to actually help us to at least get somewhat of to get like decent education type of thing. But ever since I left school, I sort of like got found ways to actually deal with it, if you know what I mean. And actually, and this is one of the reasons why I read now quite a bit. And I found a couple of authors to actually help. So I've got those authors. I've got sort of like got used to their style of writing, and sort of like I can. Granted, some days I can only read around about 5-10 pages. Some others I can read for like 12 hours straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've found ways to actually deal with it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes when we've been me and Lisa they've been talking on Instagram, sometimes it takes me ages to actually write, to actually read what Lisa's what we wrote.
Yeah.
But I sort of like put my phone down, walk away, come back, and then read it again, and it's all right. Yeah, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because obviously sometimes I misword words out or switch the letters around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's sort of like sometimes I put it down and then come back a couple of
Yeah.
minutes later. But sometimes I have sort of like, because my brain sort of like runs at a billion miles a second. Sometimes if you notice there, Lisa, sometimes I miss words out, or sort of like
But it's, what's weird about that though is I know what you're saying. It's like
yeah,
it's so weird because I know what you meant. Like so I get it. So it's funny how people can have that where they understand, even though it may be written a different way.
yeah,
So yeah, it's just neat.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
wait, it's weird. It's weird. It's like yeah, yeah. It's brain's weird. The brain's weird.
It can be.
Yeah, it's completely weird. Yeah, like get back to the original
Yeah.
topic, the 80s. Yeah, some dodgy fashions, but some decent music as well.
Yes.
Yeah, like Motorhead, Ace of Spades, brilliant album, brilliant album. You've got Iron Maiden
Yeah.
making it big in the 80s. You got Slayer, Megadeth. Some people say, "Oh yeah, it's a poor man's version of Metallica." I'd say Metallica's a poor version of Megadeth. But that's up for debate. But that's just me.
I like both.
I do. I say same. But
Yeah.
I
But
stop. I stop it. Yeah,
but you're gonna like one more than the other, and that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because well, um, Kerry King was in Metallica for a while. I think it was 5 shows back in the early days of Metallica.
Yeah.
Dave Mustaine was in Metallica for a while, but he got booted out.
Yeah. Isn't that
So
fascinating how all of a sudden like a band like how all of a sudden it changes, right, with the different band members, right?
yeah, yeah. I know that Kerry King from Slayer was in because Slayer was just starting out around about the same time as Metallica, and they sort of like asked Curry to go in to do some shows for them, but Curry King was starting to get a bit too, from what I understand, he was starting to get a bit too comfortable. So um, Jeff Hinneman and Tom Arroyo says, "What are you doing? I thought you were in Slayer." So from what I understand, whether it's just true or not. He says, Curry said, "Screw this, I'm leaving," and went back to Slayer. So,
Yeah.
and as the same goes, the rest is history for Slayer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's it's strange. Yeah, how these three of the big four actually were in, like, at least one, maybe one member of each band has been actually in Metallica for a time.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's fascinating to me how it changes, the trajectory of a certain band, how
Yeah,
different musicians will pop in and pop out, and just fascinating.
yeah, yeah. It's when Jeff Henneman died, going back 2013, Gary Holt from Exodus took over. And there's another brilliant thrash metal band,
Yeah.
more on the extreme side of thrash. But yeah, it's like he was pulling double duty. He was the guitarist for Slayer and Exodus.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
can't believe it's 11 years since Jeff Inman died.
Yeah.
I saw him live back in 1998 with Slayer.
Wow.
God, I miss him. He was a hell of a songwriter. Hell of a songwriter.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Back to the 80s.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if you know, Slayer's reforming.
They have.
Tom Arroyo, yeah,
Oh,
reforming.
wow.
After 5 years, Mrs. Arroyo got sick of Tom being under her feet. So he says, "Oi, Tom, get back with Curry." So yeah, basically she was sick of Tom being underfoot. So she says, "Right, I broke the deal. Slays back together."
I
So
guess
yeah,
that's a way for it to happen, eh?
yeah, aye, aye. It's yeah, yeah. It's weird. It's weird how things work out
Yeah.
for like certain bands and how they actually get back together again.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for Jamora, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said to you that when we did the stream a couple of weeks back,
Yeah.
give it 6 to 12 months, see where they're at, and then they might actually get back together again,
Yeah.
depending on. So,
Yeah.
because I know sometimes that bands do need to take a break from each other, because especially if they're like sort of like starting to make starting to make a name for themselves, they sort of like need to take a break from each other,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Especially if they've been touring.
Yeah. Mind you, it's always good to stop and take stock and, figure things out, right?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Because if, like people may not be getting along too well after a tour, maybe, right?
yeah. It's like it's always like a little bit of tension, especially like I said, especially if you like especially if you're on a tour bus for for especially if you're in America, you're going from Sydney to Sydney,
Yeah.
where they're on the tour bus for say 6-7 hours at a time, and then setting up for the next show and everything. It's like it does sort of like obviously it's going to cause some tension.
Yeah. Well, they say that's the biggest like trial or test to see how you get along with someone is to go on a road trip.
Yeah.
then you see how well you get along, right?
Yeah. If you've got a good relationship, it's sort of like you're going like say you're going to get some tension. And it's how you actually deal with that tension and work it out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because I've heard some stories about some like the I've heard some stories about the like when bands were on tour and stuff like that. There's like fist fights and all sorts going on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. Most of the time you hear stories about parties and stuff in hotels and stuff like that too.
throwing TVs out of the fourth, fifth story window
Yeah.
and landing in the best swimming pools and everything.
Yeah.
The stereotypical rock and roll lifestyle.
Yeah.
Unless you're Keith Moon and actually like from the Who, putting way too much pyrotechnics in his drum kit and basically causing Pete Townsend to lose his hearing. On the was it one of the one of those TV shows in America?
Oh, I can't remember. I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's strange that. Like I said earlier, the brain's weird. Sometimes I can't remember what I've done 2 minutes ago, let alone remember pulling these stories out in my head.
Yeah.
It's weird that.
Yeah. Well, it must have had some kind of that it's stuck in your brain.
Yeah. Keith Moon, pyrotechnics, kablooey.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, it's weird. So yeah, anyway, we've been on for 28 minutes and we've
It's
only
okay.
getting to the first subject.
Well, that's just it. You said it's and whatever catches our fancy. So
Yeah,
our
it's like
ramble.
sort of like it's like it's sort of like this stream, sort of like a randomization type stream. Pretty much anything goes.
Yeah.
And no, I am not getting up on the table, getting naked,
Hey,
and then no, no, not going to
where's your
happen.
guitar? Where's your guitar? Darn, Marcella should be here.
Oh no, oh no.
She'll get a giggle. She'll get a giggle out of this when she watches
Oh
later.
yeah, yeah.
So,
So
for anybody watching on the replay, Elle likes to get up on tables and play a guitar.
No.
Are you turning red?
Still no.
See, everybody should be watching this.
Yeah, everybody should. Everybody should.
That was cool how
right.
Lewis gave you a shout out. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, anybody? I should get the if you are interested in sort of like nerd culture or stuff like that, just bear with me for 2 seconds while I grab Nerd Report. No, Nerd Report is absolutely amazing. He does like sort of like he covers sort of like Scientology, um, UFOs, aliens, sort of um, pop culture, whether it be film, TV, comic books, stuff like that, all that good jazz. So
Yeah.
if you want to head on over to Nerd Report and just subscribe to Nerd Report.
And if you love dance music, EDM, raves, he does that too.
Yeah, he does like horror conventions. What's that horror convention he goes to?
Um,
It's just somebody just said it in the chat earlier on.
Mad Monster.
Yeah, Mad Monster.
Yeah, it's in Arizona.
Yeah, I believe he's got something to do with that.
Yes,
hasn't he?
yes. His friend, his buddy, basically started it, from what I remember. And so yeah, he goes every year, and it's going to be in July in Arizona, I think.
It's July, August, around about July, August, isn't it?
July. Mad Monster. If you yeah, and if you book it through the website, you get a better deal. So
because they've got he's got stuff with he's got something he's got some sort of like deal with some of the hotels, I think.
Yes, yeah, and the main hotel is booked, but they have an overflow where you can get a deal. It's like a block away from the main hotel, so it's a bit of a walk, but you still get a deal on the hotel. So
like I said, head on over to Nerd Report. He does some brilliant content over there. Plus, he's got Nerd Report Daily, the Fridge, where he does movie reviews. Like I said, he does. Is it
Rave United. Rave United. Yeah.
If you like EDM, dance music, stuff like that.
Yeah. I listen to it too. I like all kinds of music.
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to actually check that one out. To be honest,
it's fun.
Especially with obviously my day job and watching like Popcorn Planet, Steffi Nerd, Ravens Flock, Nerd Report, It's Kim, and Grayson Report.
Yeah.
Grayson Report.
Yeah.
So
when I get a chance, I watch. It's a lot of fun. They go to different raves, and sometimes he'll be actually, doing his thing. So it's pretty cool.
It's like like I said, Lewis he does like some brilliant especially at the minute with with the protests with Scientology as well.
Yeah,
he's been covering that pretty really well now. I've been sort of like I wouldn't say I've been watching it avidly, but I've been keeping up to date with what's been going on over there, especially what's been happening in LA.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I watch Nerd Report to get the information too. I've heard a bit of it like through other places, but Yeah, Lewis really covers it well. So
Yeah, yeah, he's like I say, he's been doing pretty well over there, doing the coverage. So yeah. So let's get into the first video. Yeah, Lisa sent over a video, a band actually, called Under the Mountain, and their song. Let me see. Get my phone. Come on. Play Our Way. Now I need to watch the video again because I only watched the first about 3 minutes of it, and from what I've saw of it, it was funny. It was funny.
it's
It's
hilarious.
it's about this guy who wakes up in a big, massive trash pile with a cigarette hanging out his mouth, and he goes, "Oh, whoa, where am I?" And he gets up and he pulls two tickets out, uh, concert tickets out, and he sort of like, "Whoa, my favourite band," and he walks down sort of like walks down the street and meets two girls, and by the way he was sort of like doing it, where he was talking, um, it's sort of like, shall we say, in keeping with the, he was like what he was saying is part of the lyrics, and the two girls were saying, go away, not interested." And he goes into this, he pulls out this beer can and starts chugging it. And he goes into this calf and this bar calf thing, whatever it is. And he meets another two girls. So he says, "I've got two tickets. Do you want to come? Do you want to come? Do you want to come with us?" Says, two girls, "No, don't want to know. Get lost. Don't want to know." It was funny, and they were, at the same time they were sort of like cutting between this particular guy and the band playing live,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. But like I said, I haven't watched the full video yet because I was watching Nerd Report
Yeah.
with the solar eclipse. So I was sort of like, "I want to watch this. I want to watch Nerd Report, but I want to watch this." I was like, "I watch Nerd Report" type of thing. Cause, so
Yeah. Well, that's the way it goes, right? Watch
yeah,
two things at once and then but yeah,
yeah,
that video is hilarious. Oh my god. I had to send it to you.
yeah, yeah.
You guys have to watch it. I'm not going to tell you what happens at the end so you
Uh,
you can see
Bear
when
with
you
me,
watch it.
guys. I just grab the link to the video if you want to watch it.
Yeah. And it was a good song too. It wasn't just the video. It was a
Yeah,
good song.
yeah. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
there it is there. Obviously, I can't put the sound on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
want to watch it, I'll put the link into the chat there. So if you want to watch it. So yeah, come on. Yeah, technology. Don't just hear it. So yeah, yeah. If you want to watch it, please do. So yeah, that's my sort of like little bit of a review for for that band. Now I sort of like sent over to Lisa band Andre, their uh, new list. I can't remember where it was. Bear with me, guys. Let's get the. Oh, well, it's actually their live performance. Um, Bear with me, guys, while I find the right. Now they released a video called "Immortal Soldier, Do or Do Not" by Andrea Dre. Um, so Lisa, I've watched it and I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant performance. Brilliant performance. So what's your take?
It was a really strong song. Like, it kind of blew me away. The guitars were just flying. It was just, um, the drums were spot on. It was just hard going. The vocals were just amazing. She's amazing. The vocalist. Her range is really, like, she can do the screams, but she can also do the soft vocals. Amazing vocalist.
Oh yeah.
Really good song. Yeah. Yeah.
And and don't forget, I'm going to be actually interviewing Andre this Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time. I'm going to be doing a live interview. So yeah, come on this Sunday at 7 p.m. on the channel. So that's going to be fun talking to Andreas. I've got to make sure I've got to ask her about the pronunciation of her name because if I've got it wrong, please apologies. I don't mean to get it wrong. Sometimes I can't pronounce words properly, so bear with and apologies. So yeah, but yeah. So overall, what do you think of Andrea?
Strong. A very strong band. And it was a live video, live performance video that you sent. So it's nice to see that their live performances are strong as well. I think we talked about it before about how some bands, they can do studio songs really well, but then when it goes to the live performances, they're kind of maybe not as strong. They are strong. They're a strong band. Like, their performances, like, even with the guitar solos, like, it's amazing. And her voice was strong too the whole way through. It wasn't just like the beginning of the song where her voice carried. It was all the way through to the end.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
It's like I said, there, it's like sometimes. Well, I know that when a band's in the studio, it's sort of like a safe, controlled environment. They can control they control the environment of what they're doing.
Yeah.
But when they sort of like go out touring or play gigs, or they are literally at the mercy of the venue. If they haven't got if they haven't got the money to actually employ a lighting engineer or to actually get the lights and the lighting engineer, sound equipment and sound engineer, they've got to rely on the venue. They've got to rely on the venue's sound guy. They've got to rely on the venue's lights. So there's plus then you got the crowd, and it's like, you know what I mean. It's like there's a lot of different variables there.
Yeah.
So so it's so basically there's it's I've seen a lot of bands who've actually been absolutely brilliant when I've seen live. They sort of like when something does go wrong, they sort of like have a bit of fun with it, if you know what I mean, until
Yeah.
they get fixed, whatever it is fixed,
Yeah.
type of thing,
Yeah.
and I have
Yeah.
a bit of fun with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and some just like I know I've seen bands just storm off off the stage. You say basically, you know, fucking what, I'm gonna fuck this, I'm out, type of attitude.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of just rolling with it and making it fun and maybe even better than it would have been if it would, just
Yeah,
to have that attitude, like an attitude of, okay, we'll make it work, you know? And,
yeah,
and bands that don't have that, maybe have that, oh, F this or whatever, like, why are you there to watch them if that's, like if they don't value you as a person watching to, struggle through it or whatever, right? You're there to watch them. They need to
yeah.
value you as somebody that's there to watch them. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's like I said, it's a bit. Like I've told the story before with Suburban Toys. Um, they were playing the Black Bull in Gateshead, in the northeast of England. Um, there was a problem with the audio, with the sound system, and yeah, granted it might be a small venue, but and the band were professional enough to understand that that was out of their control. But they sort of like, until it got fixed, they were laughing and joking, getting the audience involved. They were cracking jokes between themselves and the crowd and everything. It was. This is why I love Suburban Toys so much, because
Yeah.
that's when I was there watching the band, I could see that they could have a laugh, they can have a bit of a joke, and get the audience involved until they got the sound system fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort out the problem,
Yeah.
and that's why I love the Suburban Toys, because they, until they, like I said, they've got everything sorted out, and they sort of like carried on.
Yeah.
They're sort of like, oh, champion, we're back on, brilliant. And they're sort of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
crowd looked at the people
Yeah.
who were there, they actually loved it. They
Yeah.
loved that interaction.
Oh yeah. Like it makes them feel like they're valued, right? They're valued as people paying, like paying money, or even if it's a free venue. That I've seen lots of free venues that are amazing too, but just to be valued as somebody that's coming out to watch them, right? As somebody that's coming to watch you, instead of just, here's this person that's egotistical and wants it, control everything and is playing basically just to get that, that adulation or whatever, right? Instead of being the person that's playing for the crowd. And yeah.
It's that's the thing with a lot of these with a lot of these bands. That's the thing with a lot of these bands where um, they are there not only to well, obviously to actually play their music, but they are there as fans as well. They are fans of the music. They are
Yeah.
fans of going out to a gig. They are fans of actually listening to live music.
Yeah.
They want to. So basically, when these fans are up on stage, they want to give them more. They like 99.9% of the fans want to give it their best performance,
Yeah.
even if they're having a bad day. They
Yeah.
know they want, because they got in the back of their heads. They when they're up on stage, these people have come out, whether it's a free gig or not,
Yeah.
a free gig or if like if they've got a cover charge,
Yeah.
they know that we've got to give these people a damn good show,
Yeah.
and they want, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And you can tell. You can tell as soon as they, like they get on the stage, like even before they get on the stage, how it's going to go. You can tell how it's going to go. If they're like smiling and, like kind of between each other and, having fun,
Yeah.
getting their stuff set up, you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this one of the gigs I went to see. Funny enough, it was with Suburban Toys. There was another band called Filthy Filthy. I could tell when I went in that they were absolutely brilliant. Because obviously I interviewed uh, Graham, the singer, guitarist for Filthy Filthy. I used to when because I interviewed him prior to the gig. He was he came across as he was a fan of the music before he became a musician, and he was like I said, he was like sort of like he wanted to give a good show. If you know what I mean. Every gig he played at, he wanted to put be his best performance. And when I saw him, when it was like when it was at again, it was at the same venue for Blackpool. By the way, Blackpool, if you get a chance, if you're in the area, go to the Blackpool. It's a brilliant little venue. They do food. Got a little venue. It's right next door to the main public transport hub called the Gateshead Interchange, where it's got the buses, taxis. You can get straight into Newcastle city centre to get the main train to the main train station. So if you want to have a party, have a beer, you've got plenty of options to get home or to your hotel room. So brilliant little boozer, and it's fantastic. So yeah, that's my little plug to the Blackpool. Yeah. So yeah, brilliant. Like I said, Graham, he when he got up on stage, that was it. He was well, put it this way, he was like a Tasmanian devil. He was all over the place. He was entertaining. The whole band was entertaining. Look, when I say he was all over the place, he was literally all over the venue. He was running around like a lunatic, singing away. You know what I mean? Playing his guitar. I saw him like he ran past me, literally ran past me. Right? Grabbed his beer, chugged it, ran back to the stage, and fucking started playing again. I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" Now that's a good entertainer.
Yeah. Energizer.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, he was like sort of like the Tasmanian devil.
That's my favorite character is Taz.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I said. Now that's why I like Filthy Filthy and and Suburban Toys, because basically like I said, they have fun. They have fun on stage, and it comes across to the audience that they have fun, and the crowd respond to it. You know what I mean? That's what you like. That's what you like to see in a live band.
yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, it makes it fun. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It makes it fun, and basically that's what you're there to have fun and to listen to music and
for a couple of hours, he can say, screw this, I'm having some fun. And you go out and listen to like a good band, good music, and have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
For a
Yeah.
couple of hours.
Yeah.
You can leave your worries outside the door for a couple of hours and you just say, you know what, this is, I need this type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. And for a band to give everything, like to give it their all and you know, make it about the crowd, that's, you know, that's what it's all about. And yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I said, it was a fun, you know, that one there, that was a fun sort of like fun gig. And yeah, from that gig, I got the chance to got to actually, I spoke to Finney, the main guy from Suburban Toys. I actually got an interview with the band about a couple of weeks later. So yeah,
Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah.
yeah. So this is like the sort of like thing. Sometimes like an opportunity comes up, and I sort of like, you know what, yeah, this is a good opportunity to actually ask to just off chance, just being cheeky and say, "Do you fancy doing an interview?" And most of I would say 95% of the time, they usually say yes. Just give me
Yeah.
some dates.
Yeah.
And yeah, Vinny said, right, set up. Right, we said, right, 2 weeks time, do an interview, and we did.
Yeah. Well, my dad used to say, he had a saying. It was kind of more of a hockey saying, but he'd always say, if you don't take that shot towards that goal, you'll never know if you know if it was going to go in.
Yeah.
So make that shot, he'd say.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like we've got something similar. If you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I sort of thought. So I spoke to Graham. He says, I said to Graham from Filthy Filthy. He says, "Hey Graham, who do I need to talk who do I need to talk to Suburban Toys to get an interview?" Oh, he says, Vinny. So basically, Graham just turned around and says, "Hey, Vinny, come here." Says, "Oh, this is we got introduced."
Yeah.
And so this we did an interview. He does a radio show and podcast and does stuff for YouTube. It was actually something. So well, that's when I said it's the opportunity.
Yeah.
So I says, "Oh, Vinny, good to meet you. I do Project Metal, and Project Metal across the pond. Do you fancy doing an interview?" He said, "Yes." So that's when he said, "I said send over some dates."
Yeah.
So I did, and yeah, that's how we got an interview with Suburban Toys. So the
Yeah.
moral of the story, all you got to do is ask.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, because you never know, they might turn around and say yes.
Yeah. I'll have to keep an eye out for my local area here, because there's bands that go to there's a pub down from my place that they have live bands that come in every once in a while. I'll have to keep an eye out and see if there's a date or something where I could go down there and maybe get an interview or something.
Oh yeah, but
So
yeah,
I'll
you know,
keep you updated. So that would be kind
yeah,
of interesting. So you get kind of a different take on different venues and different places, different countries, right? So
I've interviewed bands from Canada, US, Chile, Brazil, Australia, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Germany, Romania. So yeah, I've spoken to bands from all over the world.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like a running theme throughout the sort of like something similar, but sort of like different at the same time, like different perspectives.
Yeah, but it might be kind of neat to do like a live interview. Well, it wouldn't be live it'd be a me live going to do the interview, but yeah, it would be a video.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, if you do go out to a local venue, just let us know, because I can actually set it up. I can actually set it up where you can actually be Lisaboo, the roving reporter.
Yeah, so that might be interesting. It's just an idea to throw out there.
Yeah.
So if anybody, if anybody's interested in that, let us know. If you're interested in having like a live interview.
At a venue, which I've done before.
Yeah, so that might be interesting. So
bear with us for one second now. Just go to a little boys' room.
Yep.
So if you want to carry on and with our thoughts about the live interviews, by all means, put it out there.
Yeah. So if anybody is interested in having like a live interview from either Ell or I, make sure you comment, and like if you're watching on the replay, make sure you like, share, comment, and yeah, if you can share this video out, it helps the channel. So yeah, subscribe. It would really be cool if you could do that for Ell. So yeah, let us know if there's any bands that you like or are interested in hearing more about. Just put a comment in the chat. That'd be awesome. If you're into a certain genre of, let's say, heavy metal or rock, let us know. Or if there's a certain band that you want us to check out, comment that band and the song, or just let us know. That would be cool. So yeah.
I'm back.
You're back, and I've been just talking.
Yeah.
I told people if they wanted us to check out a certain band, to let us know.
Just let us know. Either down in the comments, or over on my Instagram, which I just get the link up for my Instagram page. And message me there. Bear with me.
Make sure to like the video. Make sure to like this video and share it and subscribe. Spank that like.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Spank it hard.
Definitely. Oh yes, spank it and spank it hard. Oh yes. As I do like a good spanking of the like. Right, there's my Instagram profile. So if you want to, guys, if you are in a band, or if you particularly like, or you're a fan of a particular band, by all means get in contact with me over on Instagram and say, "Oi, L, can you check this band out?" Or, "Oi, L, I'm in the band, and we want you to do a review of your album, or do a top 3 songs of, or set up for an interview." By all means,
Yeah.
get in contact with me.
Yeah, and any promotion is good, right? For any band out there that wants a little extra boost in their promotions.
Oh yeah.
Interviews are awesome for that, to get your name out there. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
any promotion is good promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, whether it be like I said, either doing a review, or do an interview, or do a top 3 songs of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good little thing.
Yeah.
So.
And I think there is too on YouTube, where you, if you're promoting a band, and that band basically sends you the video or whatever to promote the band, that YouTube video will not get struck. And you can promote the video, right? So
Yeah, the only thing with that is I've got to mute the sound due to copyright claim, due to copyright.
but that's only if it strikes you, right?
Yeah.
But if you have
uh,
the band's permission.
yes, the only time I can actually do that is if the band actually gives me the permission to actually use it.
Yeah.
Or you can actually do what you call the fair use of 1974.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but you've got to jump through hoops to actually do that. Because you've got to stop and start, stop and start, stop and start.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop the watch a little bit of the video, stop it, offer commentary, carry on, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. But if you wanted to come on the show and play your music, that would work too. If you're a band, you want to come on.
Yeah, like with Eric Allen.
Yeah.
He if I so like his sister Marcella Calea, gorgeous Marcella, asked him to play a couple of songs. He agreed, and he started playing a couple of his 2 songs by two of his songs live on the interview, live on the show.
Yeah.
So that's how we got get around, because he gives permission. So
Yeah. So if you're a band and you want to play some of your music on to get promoted, ask Al, and he'll have an interview and play your music. You can play your music live.
Yeah, you can actually if you want to come on, do like whether it be like an unplugged sort of like session.
Yeah.
Do an acoustic version, by all means.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I love those unplugged sessions. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like cool. It's a cool thing. Yeah. So if any bands out there, any musicians wants obviously prefer rock and metal. I know Eric was sort of like a bluesy type of thing, but sort of like he sort of like he's a damn good musician. Damn good
Yeah.
musician.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you haven't checked him out, check out Eric Allen on his Spotify. Um, Spotify page. He's got all his music there, so go check him out, guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, right. So about the next subject. Have you finished that Miss Servant of the Empire yet?
No. Not yet. Oh, I'm so close. I am so close. Last night it was funny. I was like, I wanted to keep reading,
Yeah,
but sleep was calling me. So I know
yeah,
I'm so close to finishing it.
yeah. Mind you, it
Yeah.
is a big book. It is a big book. So,
Yeah.
what do you think of it up to now?
Oh man, it's so good. Um, I'm so close to finishing it. It was like last night. I was like, can I push through this? Can I read it all? So I am so close. I am like maybe like 20 pages. Oh my goodness, maybe not even. Oh my goodness, I'm so close to finishing it. But
Oh God!
uh,
Oh, I just wanted you to get on to the Mistress
yeah, yeah,
book because that ties up a lot of things. That ties up a lot of things.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I
with
think
Mara.
I'm probably gonna be ordering it because I'm so
Yeah,
close to finishing. I was like, should I order it first and then try and finish this, or should I, wait and see? But I think I better order it.
yeah,
That way,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You're gonna love it. You're definitely gonna love
yeah,
Servant of the Mistress of the Empire. Yeah, because yeah, like I said, it ties up a lot of stuff, lot of the storylines, or a
yeah,
lot of the threads of the
yeah,
story of Mara.
yeah. Oh, oh, I'm so close to finishing it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I,
Oh,
oh,
it's yeah. It's if you don't know what we're talking about, Lisa Boo's reading an author called Raymond E. Feist. He
there's the
did,
book.
yeah. So basically, Raymond E. Feist started off with the Magician, Silverthorn, and Darkness of Sethanon, which is the Rift War saga. Now, Johnny Wirtz, he approached sort of like being approached to do a trilogy with Feist and to write the three books from the other side of the Rift War saga. Because in the first three books I just mentioned, Magician, they Feist wrote about Mechemia side. Johnny Wirtz did the Kelvin side of things, the other side.
Yeah.
So basically, and it's about Mara of the Akoma. So yeah, it's well put this way, Lisa. You tell you can't put them down, can you not?
Yeah. It once you start reading the books, it's hard to put it down. Um, Mara, the character Mara, is a strong, beautiful woman, but at the beginning of basically the first book of the Empire books, she was basically 17 years old, thrust into being the leader of her clan, basically her house of the Akoma, and she was basically going to be basically a servant of Lashima, basically like, almost like a priestess.
Yeah.
So, and then she was thrust into this life that totally changed her everything about her life. It changed everything for her. And she was basically, if you can imagine, a 17-year-old girl having to be the leader, basically, of her house. She has come a long way to this book, Servant of the Empire. She's, 5-6 years older now. She's basically in her 20s in the Servant book. She's had to grow up really fast. So if you can imagine what it would be like for her, for anyone, basically, whether it be female, male, going from 17 to basically mid-20s, having to basically be the leader of your house, and what all of that entails, and being in this honor system that they have. It's a lot.
Yeah,
Basically,
literally, having to decide literally people's fate.
Yeah.
Literally life and death.
Yeah, she has so much in her hands that she has to deal with, make decisions on. She's basically a young female leader for her family and her son. So, yeah.
Oh, yes.
She's basically a single, like a single mother.
Yeah, single mother, leader of a house, where she's literally got to make life and death decisions on the spot.
Yeah.
Whilst battling external forces.
Yeah. That's right. And
and actually surviving, literally surviving everything that like literally throws at her.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not just like fantasy. It really ties into real life, like what her life would be. You can picture her being a person like anybody, any single mother, having to deal with life and everything that it throws at you. But it's a character that you can to relate to. Yeah. Yeah. So.
It's like Lisa said there. It's like it doesn't matter if you're male or female. It could be like you're a male single parent and being in exactly the same position. It goes either way. If you know what I mean. Literally, it's the same thing for male and female.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And it really, the way he's written it, the way Feist has written it, it can translate to anybody, like anyone's life, to where they're thrust into a situation where, you know, they have to make those hard decisions. And for her, being a young female, thrust into that situation, it was, you know, you can feel how hard it was for her.
Not only losing her mother in childbirth, having her when she was born, and then 17 years later losing not only her father but also her brother at the same time.
Yeah. Her only family, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get in the book there's distant cousins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's distant cousins, but like I said, it's like being a 17-year-old girl, being dead set on being a priestess for Lashima, one of the gods for the Empire of Surrey. And then some of the last few, because each house has its own army, and literally getting one of the main guys, the main guy, war leader of the House of Coma.
Yeah, the warlord.
Going into the temple, literally saying, "Oh, I've come here for Mara," to one of the temple personnel, and literally telling Mara that her father and brother have been basically murdered.
Oh yeah,
in a
the
suicide mission.
Force commander.
Yeah, the force commander.
Kyoki. Yeah.
And literally telling her there and then, you are the new leader. You are the head of the Yakoma now.
Yeah. And she was going through basically the rites of passage to become priestess of Lashima. Right then, like there was so many. They were doing like a gong, and there was so many gongs to go, and then all of a sudden she found out that, you know, her father and brother were no more. So, but that's all we're gonna give. You need to read.
That's all. That's basically all we're going to see. That's the start of it.
Yeah.
That's the start of the. Well, technically, it starts off in the Book Magician.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say which part, but it starts in the Book of the Magician. So if you want to know exactly what we're talking about, get the Magician, read the Rift War Saga. It was just like Magician, like 2 books. It's like The Apprentice and Master. But I've got the revised, where both books actually in one.
Yeah.
Then Silverthorn and Darkness of Sethnon. Then jump into the Empire books, which is Daughter, Servant, and Mistress.
Yeah. And I'm so close to being the next book. So by tonight, I'll be done. I'm so close to getting it done. But like I said last time on Saturday, I'm taking my time and I'm really enveloping, and I'm really trying to make the comprehension stick and just envelop myself in it. And
because that's the thing. That's the thing with Feist. You literally got to. I know Lisaboo's. Sort of like writing stuff down. So until she gets to the point where she says, "Oh, right, okay, that character there is synced to this character there, and that event over there," type of thing.
Yeah.
So
And basically, I've written down like the core people, right? I've written them down here. So that way, like, oh, this is this person, this is, their names and basically who they are, like whether it's the daughter, the son, or husband,
yeah,
just to keep them fresh,
yeah, because later down the line, there's certain there are some characters who will crop up from time to time, and you think, "Oh, where did that guy come from? He hasn't been in the book for, he hasn't been in the storyline for about 5 books," type of thing.
Yeah. And I was going to ask you, did you find Jimmy, the Jimmy the Crawler book?
Yes, I haven't had time to actually get into town in Sunderland to go to my local bookstore and to actually order it.
Okay.
I said I haven't had time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Next time I'm going to Sunderland, I will make a sort of like beeline to the bookstore and actually order it.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that, because I know that was one of the books that you were hoping to get.
Yeah, that's the only book I haven't got advised. Now, for people who don't know what we're talking about, Jimmy is Jimmy the Hand from the Magician. He is a street thief for the Motters in Crondor, and that's all I'm saying about him, because he plays a major part in a lot of the books.
Yeah.
And I won't say what his relation is to other major characters of the book, of the Bear series. But there's a trilogy called the Crondor books. I won't give you the plot of the story of the 3 books. Basically, technically, the 3 they are sort of like standalone books, but they're all interlinked. So one of the give you a little bit of a sort of like tiniest little bit of the spoiler. Now, in one of the books, somebody is trying to take over the Mothers, which is the Thieves Guild. And it's sort of like in disarray. Jimmy finds something out of who it is, and it is the Crawler. Now, he is so out. Now, there is. I'm trying not to give too much away here. The Crawler is someone who's trying to take over the Motters from the Upright Man, but nobody knows who he is or where he comes from, and he never tells, he never finds out in the books who he is. So yeah, Jimmy and the Crawler is sort of like a book. Now I'm just speculating. I haven't read the book, so because I haven't got it. But basically, basically the book is about Jimmy and the crawler and who he is or what he is, or
Yeah.
even if it is a he. So I don't know. I'm just speculating here. So as soon as I get into town, into Sunderland, and get to the bookstore and order it, I will know. So
I just wondered if because I had seen it online. So
yeah, yeah, it's
someday I'll have it.
yeah.
I only have
You
how
come,
many books to go?
one more book before you get in the Condor books.
No, but how many in the total? 20 some?
34,
Yeah, I
34.
know. And I'm only on what, 5?
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like a newbie.
yeah. It won't be long before you become somewhat of an expert on the series.
Oh, I'll just have to keep reading. I just keep reading.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like yeah. Getting back to the Empire books, it's like oh, every time I read it, I just don't want to put it down, put the books down
Yeah,
until I finished it, and it's over
yeah,
like what well over 1,500 page book, 1,500 pages
yeah,
within
yeah,
the 3 books.
yeah. That's the other reason I haven't because this one is a thick one. It's like 700 pages, so
Yeah,
the other ones are a lot smaller, like to read. So
yeah,
it didn't take me as long. And I'm trying to comprehend and go through it slowly. So
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
it's that's the thing. That's the thing with with Feist. He has at least about 4 or 5 different threads going through each book, and it's like that many different characters uh, within those threads, and you just I think, oh, who's this again? Who's that again? Who's this? Who's that? What's going on? What? And by the end of the book, you see, oh, okay, now I
yeah,
understand what's going on.
yeah. That first book, the first magician, like The Apprentice, that was mind blowing. Like just I wasn't very far in, and I was like, okay, I want the next one. That's that's how good. Like,
Yeah,
and then I was hooked, and
yeah. It's that's the thing with Feisty paints a colourful picture
yeah,
with words,
yeah,
and he literally within the first chapter of Magician, he hooks you in and drags you in, kicking and
yeah.
screaming whether you like it or not, and he's just like,
I
you've got to
just
read this.
dove. I dove.
Yeah,
I wasn't kicking. I was diving in.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah. That's how good of a writer he is. That's how good it. If he like hooks you in, you dive in head first, straight into the deep end, you think
yeah,
that's how good. You know what I mean? That's how good of a writer he is.
yeah.
If he
And
hooks you in within the first chapter.
oh, and oh, and there, like I said before, there haven't been that many writers for me, anyways, that had that hook, that had that. Tolkien was the other one. King was another one for me that could do that. Um, where I just didn't want to put it down and just had to keep going.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can with King. Yeah, some of his books are really, really good, and I do like them. Like such as Needful Things and It.
Yeah.
Um, the Shining was another one. But I could some of his books to me anyway. But it's just a personal thing.
Yeah.
Is that some of the books I can leave? I can just say no, not my cup of tea type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's just my personal thing.
There was some, like, I know what you're saying, especially some of the ones that they made into movies. Like you said, how he was kind of um, disappointed maybe in
Yeah,
how they portrayed some of it, or
yeah.
like they
I
varied so
know.
far from the book.
Yeah, I know that. I know The Shining, the Stanley Kubrick film. I know King absolutely detested it. How Kubrick actually portrayed the characters. And I
Yeah.
know because I've read the book. I've literally read the book. Needful Things. I was just like when I saw the film with Ed Harris and Max von Sydow, I was just like, that didn't happen in the book. That didn't happen in the book. They were literally tearing each other apart in the book. It was like that didn't happen. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
I was raging when I saw that film. The basic premise of the film was actually taken from the basic core idea of the book. It was there, but when it just got near the end where it was like a complete bloodbath, that's when I was just like, that didn't fucking happen. Yeah, they had all the explosions and fires and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
people fighting, but it was a lot more graphic in the book. I was just like, uh, I was raging. I was raging at the director.
Yeah.
I was just like, uh,
Yeah. I'm trying to remember which book it was, whether it was The Stand. There was one of it. I'm trying to remember which one it was. Where it was the one where he had a, oh, what was it called now? It was the one where the character had a twin inside of him. Do you remember that one? I can't remember the name of it though. It was a Stephen King
rings,
novel.
it rings a bell. It rings a bell.
He
But
had
I
a,
can't remember.
I know, all of a sudden it just, brain fart, you call it?
Yeah,
All of a sudden it just popped out of my head. It was one of the first Stephen King novels that I read,
yeah.
and it was good. It was really good. And why can't I remember the name of it? And he had like a symbiotic twin.
Live
And it made,
research, guys. Live research.
and it was really good. Um, it was one of Stephen King's novels. And he had a symbiotic twin, and it in some ways I think it controlled him somehow. I was young. I was
Yeah,
quite young when I read it.
yeah. I was going to say it was something to do with the twin was could control him.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I was like thinking that because right, you got Carrie, Salem Slot. That's good. Yeah, now that is a good film with well, what's his name? David Soul.
yeah.
Was
That was
it?
that. Oh, Salem's Lot was one of the. Oh, I was so scared of that movie.
Yeah.
That was a scary movie. I was so young watching that thing. That was a good movie though.
Yeah. Then you got The Shining. Oh god, yeah, the Salem slot down now. That was freaky.
That scared the
Salem
heck out
slot.
of me
Yeah.
when I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Then you got Rage. The Stand.
I'm thinking maybe it was The Stand. I don't. I'm trying. Oh man.
The Stand is I've got the thing up here.
Okay.
It says The Stand is a post-apocalyptic dark fantasy novel written by Stephen King, first published in 1978. The plot centers on a pandemic of weaponized influenza and its
Okay.
aftermath,
Yeah.
in which a few surviving humans gather into factions that are each led by a personification of either good or evil,
Okay.
and seem fated to clash with each other. King started writing the story in February '75, uh, seeking to create an epic in the create seeking to create an epic in the spirit of Lord of the Rings.
Mm.
The book
That's
was
why I
difficult
liked
for
it.
him. Yeah, the book was difficult for him to write because of a large number of characters and storylines.
Yeah. That's one of the movies, or not movies. One of the books that um, one of his first books that I read was The Stand. Um,
Yeah,
but I can't remember what the symbiotic twin one was. I don't. There was something on on Rage. Um, they actually stopped. It's not in production anymore. They're not making any more books of it
yeah,
because of that Bang Bang incident that happened.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
With the pew pews.
yeah,
Yeah, it was like yeah. I just read the synopsis of it.
yeah.
Uh, so
I just
I
saw
think
that
it's
on the news
yeah,
on
yeah,
like online just a while, like a few days ago. I saw that. I was like, oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's not Firestarter. I thought it was Firestarter. It's not.
Yeah, I that was a good book though. That's why I'm like, oh, my
Yeah,
brain just not thinking of the name.
it's not Dead Zone because that's about a clairvoyant. So say the story follows Johnny Smith, who awakens from a coma of nearly 5 years, and apparently as a result of brain damage now experiences clairvoyant and precognitive visions triggered by touch, which can happen, which can happen in real life. Because I've heard stories about that in real life. Somebody being woken up from a coma
Yeah,
and could see visions
yeah,
type of thing.
yeah.
So
I think I just remembered it. It's the dark half.
uh,
It's called the dark half. Because I was thinking because he had a good he had it was almost like his bad part of him. It was the dark half.
yeah, that was in it was released. So I've got it over here. Uh, right, right, right. Uh, somewhere. Here we go. Oh, right. Right, it says here, Thad Beaumont is an author and recovering alcoholic who lives in the town of Ludlow, Maine, that's where King's from, Maine. He writes a lot of his stories in and around Maine. Thad's own books, cerebral library fiction, are not very successful. However, under the pen name George Stark, he writes highly successful crime novels about a psychopathic unaliver named Alexis Machine. When Thad's authorship of Stark's novel becomes public knowledge, Thad and his wife Elizabeth decide to stage a mock burial for his alter ego at the local cemetery, which is featured in People magazine article. Stark's epitaph says it all. Not a very nice guy. So, and it goes on, and it's a very long part of that. So,
Yeah. That was a really good book, though. It sticks with you. Yeah.
just read the thing for the Tommy knockers. It says here, King has since soured on the Tommy knockers, describing it as an awful book due to his drug addiction while writing the novel. Though acknowledges the story's potential, there's really a good book in there, in here, underneath all the sort of spirituous energy that cooking provides, and I ought to go back to it. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. At least he acknowledges where it came from.
Oh, misery.
Oh.
No, that was brutal.
Oh, but so good.
Oh yeah.
But brutal, but so good.
Yeah.
And it's so like, it made me think, man, like how it could actually happen, like how, like there's been stories of people becoming so enveloped in somebody's life that they, that they stalk them or would maybe do that. Like it's so like it could happen.
Oh, the film Misery with Kathy Bateman. Kathy Bates.
Yeah. She was so good.
She portrayed the character, the wifey character, the woman character.
Yeah.
To a T.
Yeah.
Oh, she was brutal in that film.
The hammer scene.
Yeah, of course, yeah, to the legs. Oh, God, that was painful to watch.
I know.
That was painful to watch.
It was such a good film, though. It's such a good book. It was such a good novel, but.
That was brutal. That was brutal. That book, proper, full on brutal. Oh. I'm just trying to find the book for you. Cujo's about the doggy. Cute little Rotty. Then you got Christine about the car.
Yeah.
Pet Cemetery. Oh God. Oh. the original Pet Cemetery with Fred Gwynn
Yeah.
and Bing Crosby's granddaughter, who played Tasha Yar in Star Trek Next Gen. Denise Crosby. That was the film was okay, but the book was better. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the imagination, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder, like, you know how, like the special effects, how they get better and better, and how it's hard to say if they redid it, if it would be any better, but it's hard to say because sometimes remakes are horrible. You know,
Gotcha. The remake of Pet Cemetery was pathetic.
yeah,
The remake of Pet Cemetery was pathetic. It was
yeah.
no. Yeah, I was just trying to find that book. Yeah. It's not Insomnia. Oh God, yeah, the Green Mile.
Oh, that was oh so good, but yet so tragic.
Yeah,
Such a good
good
movie.
film.
Such a
Yeah,
good.
yeah, good
I
film as
cried.
well.
I cried.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I was so mad at that other guard that squished the mouse. So
yeah,
mad. I was so mad
yeah,
at him.
yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, that was one of the guys' only lifeline
Yeah.
to like. So yeah, that little mouse that was that little mouse was his sort of like only companion, only thing that kept him alive.
Yeah.
And when the god did that to that mouse, he's just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't find it. Can't find it. Hmm.
Yeah, I know it's called The Dark Half.
Yeah,
It's a really good book.
yeah.
Really good. Yeah. I can't remember if they called it a parasitic twin or a symbiotic. I think it was
Yeah,
parasitic.
there is a proper term for it. There is a proper term.
Yeah.
I
I think
can't
it
think
might be
what it is.
I think it might be parasitic.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Within the last since 2021, right? King has released 5 books within the last 3 years.
Wow. He must have had them going though. You know, or like
Yeah, yeah. I
had
know he's
them
yeah.
he must have
I know
had them
he's
like yeah.
yeah. I know he's got problem with his eyes. he's losing his eyesight, and he uses like the sort of like I wouldn't say ghostwriter. But you use like a dictaphone to actually like tell the story.
Yeah.
Get somebody to write it down.
Yeah.
Because I know he's got a problem with his eyes.
Yeah. Well, that's a scary thing to have happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's was it any other authors that you sort of like took your fancy to, like to actually go into?
It's hard to say. King and Tolkien and of course now Feist, where they're up there, right? Yeah, I'd have to go through and see. Sometimes like it kind of, well, for me anyways, I have like a bookshelf of books that I've read.
Yeah,
Right?
it's for me it was like I started to get really get into the King, but I was sort of like trailed off. Sort of like after Maple Things type of thing. That's when I started to I sort of like got into like guys like with Feist, with Feist, and that's where I started to like started reading a lot more fantasy books, fantasy books.
Yeah.
Then like fantasy authors. I sort of like got into Trudy Canavan, Kim Hunter. There's is that your stomach? I can hear.
That might be.
Did
Did it just I felt it, but I didn't know you could hear it.
That's the second. I was thinking,
That was
it's
my
not
stomach.
mine.
That was mine. Oh my god, I'm turning red. I could feel it. I'm like, you could hear it. Oh my goodness. Okay, quiet down.
I didn't really want to bring it up, but that was the second time.
It's right close to my mic. It's right close to my mic. You picked it up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's talking to you. It's saying hi. Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, moving on. Nothing to say here. Or in this case, nothing to hear here.
I'm gonna have to replay
So
that after. Hear what it sounds like.
So I sort of like got into apart from the last couple of books, I read all Terry Pratchett books, that like all the like Discworld books. Yeah, so they're really good, really, really good. At first, I couldn't. I've read, did read these first three books, but I couldn't read. That was about what, early 2000s when I started read the first 3, 4 books. Then then I sort of like reread them all again. I read the first 3 or 4 books again. I was like, now I understand where he's coming from, because I went away and came back.
Yeah.
Then I sort of like read all of these right to the last couple of, well, like I said, I didn't read because I didn't get the last 2 books before he died. But Terry Pratchett was a good read, really good read. It was like a lot of comedy, obviously, a lot of comedy in that, in his books. I was just trying to think of this Kim Hunter, Ian Colfer, with the Artemis Fowl books. Read them, really good, really, and they also made a film of Artemis Fowl, not too long back. Which I still got which I still got to watch.
Which author wrote the Divergent series? Those were good. Because there was Divergent, and then there was a whole series, and then they made it into those movies, right?
Yeah. Right. Divergent.
For some reason, I can't think of the name right now.
Live research, guys. Live research. Divergent is a series of young adult science fiction adventure novels by American novelist Veronica Roth.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Those were good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were good too.
In the series, there is, let me see, the trilogy consists of Divergent, 2011, Insurgent, 2012, and Allegiant, 2013, and a related book four in 2014. So yeah, because you can go. There's the box set of 4 books. So yeah. I'm just trying to think. James Clemens. James Clemens is another good author. He does like the witch books.
Oh, okay.
Really good author. Follows this young girl who's the last sort of like witch because they've been completely wiped out through through sort of like they're like the witch trials of the 16th and 17th centuries.
Yeah.
And basically she's the last surviving one, and she's got to be protected and so on and so forth. So it's a good series. It's 5 books in the series. So
I think you told me about them before. Yeah. I think you did.
Yeah, did you?
But I'm gonna have to finish these ones first.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know if I can read 2 at a time. My brain wants to try.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
that'd be
it's yeah,
something.
it's going to be it's going to be a while before you get into other sort of like other authors that I've recommended.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna have to grease this chair because it keeps squeaking.
yeah,
If you hear a squeak, it's not me. Really.
yeah.
Ah, stomach
Right.
grumbling, chair squeaking,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Right.
I
Yeah,
and I
Lisa.
have coconut water.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. So anyway, then, Lisa, it's getting on just over
Yeah,
2 hours now, and
yeah,
it's getting on for 12, 11:40, 11:45 p.m. here in the UK.
yeah.
So, oh, uh, did did you experience the eclipse where you at?
No, no, not really. I think it was more to the east, like um I think they said Toronto, like in the
Yeah,
east there was supposed to be.
I was
Yeah,
going to say, I think Brandon Torres from who's did the stream for the nerd
yeah,
report for the solar eclipse said something about east of Toronto.
yeah, yeah. Because it went from basically Mexico through Texas, I think, and it went that way. So yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
have any.
yeah,
I just watched
yeah.
it
So,
on
but
Nerd Report. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, so I was a good. I was there pretty much there from about
yeah,
what I think I was there from about what 4:15 UK 4:15 p.m. UK time
yeah,
up until around about 9 p.m.
yeah,
UK time.
yeah,
So I was like really fascinating from Nerd Report.
yeah.
Um,
Well, it was neat to see it, like even though it was on screen, but um, if you didn't have the proper glasses where you were at, or if it was happening, you wouldn't want to watch it
no,
anyway.
no, you don't want to be looking at the sun. You do
Yeah,
not want to be looking at the sun without the proper protection,
yeah, yeah. You can
because
lose your
you will,
eyesight. Yeah,
because you burn your eyes out looking at
yeah,
the sun for too long.
yeah,
So
yeah.
don't do
That's
it. Get
yeah. That's why I
if you're
was
going to do
telling
something.
people to bring their animals in too, because they they are affected just like we would be.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. So if you're going to do something like that, wear proper protection, eye protection.
yeah.
So, let's start wrapping things up.
Yeah.
So, any final words?
Be good to each other. Um, take time for for your loved ones and give them a hug. Let them know that you love them.
Yeah,
We
so
never know
true.
how much time we have in this life. So
Yeah, so
yeah,
true.
and don't drink and drive.
Yeah, it's a full-on dick move.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, right. Don't I will let people know about this Thursday for the radio show. I've got to take the computer in to get it, see if I can get it repaired. So yeah, stay. Keep an eye on the whether it be Facebook or Instagram. I will let people know on the website. I will let people know whether the show's going to go ahead this week for the Project Mill across the pond. So yeah, I'll let people know. So guys, until next time, catch you all later.